100 Funny Sex Jokes. Funny sex joke 1. Did you hear about the gay rabbit? He found a hair up his ass. Funny sex joke 2. Did you hear about the gay truckers? They exchanged loads. Funny sex joke 3. Did you hear about the guy who died of Viagra overdose? They couldn't close his casket. Funny sex joke 4. Did you hear about the two gay guys that had an argument in the bar? They went outside to exchange blows. Funny sex joke 5. Did you hear about the two gay judges? They tried each other. Funny sex joke 6. Did you hear about the two homosexual judges? They kept trying each other. Funny sex joke 7. Did you hear that the new and politically correct name for lesbian? It has been changed to vegetarian. Funny sex joke 8. Did you hear they came out with a new lesbian shoe? They're called dykes. They have an extra long tongue and only take one finger to get off. Funny sex joke 9. Did you know 70% of the gay population were born that way? The other 30% were sucked into it. Funny sex joke 10. Did you know they just discovered a new use for sheep in New Zealand? Wool. Funny sex joke 11. Do you know what the square root of 69 is? 8 something. Funny sex joke 12. Have you heard about the new line of Tampax with bells and tinsel? It's for the Christmas period. Funny sex joke 13. Hear about the new gay sitcom? Leave it, it's Beaver. Funny sex joke 14. Hey, what's sticky, white and falls from the sky? The coming of the Lord. Funny sex joke 15. How are a lawyer and a prostitute different? The prostitute stops fucking you after you're dead. Funny sex joke 16. How are fat girls and mopeds alike? They are fun to ride but you don't want your friends to find out. Funny sex joke 17. How can you tell a head nurse? She's the one with the dirty knees. Funny sex joke 18. How can you tell if a Western is homosexual? All the good guys are hung. Funny sex joke 19. How can you tell if you are in a gay amusement park? They issue gerbils at the Tunnel of Love. Funny sex joke 20. How can you tell if you eat pussy well? You wake up in the morning with a face like a glazed donut and a beard like an unwashed paintbrush. Funny sex joke 21. How can you tell if your girlfriend wants you? When you put your hand down her pants and it feels like you're feeding a horse. Funny sex joke 22. How can you tell when an auto mechanic just had sex? One of his fingers is clean. Funny sex joke 23. How did the gay break his leg at the golf course? He fell off the ball washer. Funny sex joke 24. How do men sort out their laundry? Filthy, and filthy but wearable. Funny sex joke 25. How do you confuse a female archaeologist? Give her a used tampon and ask her what period it's from. Funny sex joke 26. How do you find a blind man in a nudist colony? It's not hard. Funny sex joke 27. How do you get a nun pregnant? Dress her up as an altar boy. Funny sex joke 28. How do you give a blind queer a thrill? Leave the plunger and the toilet. Funny sex joke 29. How do you know when a male porn star is at the gas station? Right before the gas stops pumping he pulls out the nozzle and sprays it all over the car. Funny sex joke 30. How do you know when your cat's done cleaning himself? He's smoking a cigarette. Funny sex joke 31. How do you know when your wife is really dead? Your sex life is the same but your washing pile gets bigger. Funny sex joke 32. How do you make 5 pounds of fat look good? Give it a nipple. Funny sex joke 33. How do you make your girlfriend scream while having sex? Call her and tell her. Funny sex joke 34. How do you say 69 in Chinese? Two can chew, two can chew. Funny sex joke 35. How do you teach a blonde math? Subtract her clothes, divide her legs, and square root her. Funny sex joke 36. How do you tell if a chick's too fat to fuck? When you pull her pants down and her ass is still in them. Funny sex joke 37. How does a guy know if he has a high sperm count? If the girl has to chew before she swallows. Funny sex joke 38. How is a pussy like a grapefruit? The best ones squirt when you eat them. Funny sex joke 39. How is a woman like a road? Both have manholes. Funny sex joke 40. How is being at a singles bar different than being at the circus? At the circus, the clowns don't talk. Funny sex joke 41. How many men does it take to open a beer bottle? None. It should be opened when she brings it to you. Funny sex joke 42. How many newspapers can a woman hold between her legs? 1 Post, 2 Globes, and many times. Funny sex joke 43. If your mother and father have a baby and it's not your sister or your brother, who is it? It's you, you fucking idiot. Funny sex joke 44. 3 words to ruin a man's ego. A broken bar is it in? Funny sex joke 45. What did Adam say to Eve? Stand back, I don't know how big this thing gets. Funny sex joke 46. What did one gay sperm say to the other gay sperm? I can't see a thing with all this shit in here. Funny sex joke 47. What did the banana say to the vibrator? Why are you shaking? She's going to eat me. Funny sex joke 48. What did the blind man say as he passed the fish market? Good morning, girls. Funny sex joke 49. What did the boy vampire say to the girl vampire? See you next period. Funny sex joke 50. What did the guy say to his dick after he found that the girl he's getting ready to fuck has genital warts? Hang on, boy. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Funny sex joke 51. What did the pedophile say when he got out of jail? I feel like a kid again. Funny sex joke 52. What did the woman say to her swimming instructor? Will I really drown if you take your finger out? Funny sex joke 53. What do a clitoris, an anniversary, and a toilet have in common? Men always miss them. Funny sex joke 54. What do a dildo and soybeans have in common? They are both used as substitute meat. Funny sex joke 55. What do a gynecologist and a pizza delivery boy have in common? They can both smell it, but can't eat it. Funny sex joke 56. What do a nearsighted gynecologist and a puppy have in common? A wet nose. Funny sex joke 57. What do a Rubik's Cube and a penis have in common? The longer you play with them, the harder they get. Funny sex joke 58. What do a toilet and a woman have in common? Without the hole in the middle they aren't good for shit. Funny sex joke 59. What do a turtle and a pedophile have in common? They both want to get there before the hare does. Funny sex joke 60. What do you call a female clown? A clown. Funny sex joke 61. What do you call a female police officer that shaves her pubic hair? Constable. Funny sex joke 62. What do you call a herd of cows masturbating? Beef stroking off. Funny sex joke 63. What do you call a hillbilly who owns sheep and goats? Bisexual. Funny sex joke 64. What do you call a lesbian dinosaur? A. Licholotopus. Funny sex joke 65. What do you call a lesbian with fat fingers? Well hung. Funny sex joke 66. What do you call a man who cries while he masturbates? A tearjerker. Funny sex joke 67. What do you call a nun with the sex change operation? A transistor. Funny sex joke 68. What do you call a woman with her tongue sticking out? A lesbian with a hard-on. Funny sex joke 69. What do you call an adolescent rabbit? A pubic hair. Funny sex joke 70. What do you call an Alabama farmer with a sheep under each arm? Pim. Funny sex joke 71. What do you call an anorexic prostitute? Light easy. Funny sex joke 72. What do you call it when a 90-year-old man masturbates successfully? Miracle Whip. Funny sex joke 73. What do you call two lesbians with their period? Finger painting. Funny sex joke 74. What do you do if your girlfriend starts smoking? Slow down and use some lubricant. Funny sex joke 75. What do you do with 365 used rubbers? Melt them down, make a tire, and call it a good year. Funny sex joke 76. What do you get when you put 50 lesbians and 50 politicians in a room together? 100 people who don't do dick. Funny sex joke 77. What do you say to a virgin when she sneezes? Goes in tight. Funny sex joke 78. What does a bull do to stay warm on a bitterly cold day? He goes into the barn and slips into a nice warm jersey. Funny sex joke 79. What does a female snail say during sex? Faster, faster, faster. Funny sex joke 80. What does a woman's asshole do when she is having an orgasm? He is usually home with the kids. Funny sex joke 81. What does an old woman have between her breasts that a young woman doesn't? A navel. Funny sex joke 82. What does bungee jumping and hookers have in common? They both cost $100, and if the rubber breaks, you're screwed. Funny sex joke 83. What does two women and milk cartons have in common? You gotta open the flaps to get to the good stuff. Funny sex joke 84. What is the smallest hotel in the world? A pussy. 'Cause you have to leave the bags outside. Funny sex joke 85. What's a necrophilia's biggest complaint about sex? They just kinda lay there. Funny sex joke 86. What's a virgin and a balloon have in common? All it takes is one prick and it's all over. Funny sex joke 87. What's female Viagra? Jewelry. Funny sex joke 88. Why do men find it difficult to make eye contact? Breasts don't have eyes. Funny sex joke 89. Why do only 10% of women go to heaven? Because if they all went, it would be hell. Funny sex joke 90. Why do women prefer old gynecologists? Their shaky hands. Funny sex joke 91. Why does a penis have a hole in the end? So men can be open-minded. Funny sex joke 92. Why does a squirrel swim on its back? To keep its nuts dry. Funny sex joke 93. Why does the bride always wear white? Well, aren't all kitchen appliances that color? Funny sex joke 94. Why don't women blink during foreplay? They don't have time. Funny sex joke 95. Why is a pap smear called a pap smear? Because women wouldn't do them if they were called cunt scrapes. Funny sex joke 96. Why is air a lot like sex? Because it's no big deal unless you're not getting any. Funny sex joke 97. Why is being in the military like a blowjob? The closer you get to discharge, the better you feel. Funny sex joke 98. Why is it called a wonder bra? When she takes it off, you wonder where her tits went. Funny sex joke 99. Why is sleeping with a man like a soap opera? Just when it's getting interesting, they're finished until next time. Funny sex joke 100. You know why they say that eating oysters will improve a man's sex life? Because women know if he'll eat one of those, he'll eat anything.